All right. Well, I've had a couple people ask me how I set up my LEDs, LED strips on my FPV quad. And actually, to be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a little more difficult than what it was. But after talking to a couple of people, I found out it's actually really simple and very straightforward. I bought these strips here. Comes in a strip of actually, I think these came in like 2 half-meter strips. You buy them by the meter. I got these from Buddy RC. I actually just recently bought some from Hobby King also, and the ones from Hobby King on these 2 solder pads right here. There's a little bit of wire that comes already pre-attached. The ones from Buddy RC didn't, but what I did on my quad. So I've got 3 LEDs on the front. These are the white ones, and I've got blue ones here on the back. Because I just had this little bit of space here, I figured, well, I'll just use 3 LEDs, and that should work real good. And I just have my LED strips held on with zip ties. The back of the light strips, it's got some sticky back. So you can peel this off and stick it to whatever, but I decided not to. I just put them on with zip ties, no big deal, and they're on there. As far as wiring them up, you'll see there's a little mark right there with a pair of scissors. That's your cut line. That cut line is after every 3 LEDs. So you can cut it there, and it actually cuts pretty easily. Just have a good pair of scissors. So I cut that, for my pieces that I wanted. And if you look, this shows 12 volts. You can run these off a 3-cell LiPo, and mine are just wired direct. I'll show you that in a second. So cut that, and it's got these little brass, not brass, these copper pads right there. And just put a little flux on there, and then put your soldering tip on there, and just apply a little bit of solder. It actually soldered to it really easily. Just a little suggestion: when you're soldering, I actually put a piece of wood underneath this that I wasn't, that I wasn't going to be using for anything real special, because when you heat this up, it heats up the adhesive on the back, and it was sticking. So just put something down so that's not sticking to something important. But for my quad, I actually used just some 22 gauge servo wire. I've got this little jumble of wires right here. That's for the all 4 of the speed controllers. My LED light wires are run into there, and the battery pulls off of this junction here too. There's the positive one, there's the negative one, and my servo leads for my LEDs, they're soldered into that right there. Then I secured this in place and just fished the wires up. Here for the front, for example, I basically did the back the same way, so I'll just show you the front and you'll get the general idea. But so the wires come up, and I ran the red and the black wire over to this pad, and actually I had 2 of them, because the one comes over, the main one comes over and powers this, and then there's a second set of wires that come over and power this side over here. So it's just positive and negative up to the one side, and then jumpers that go over to the other side, and that's basically all I did. Where the solder joints are, I did cover that with electrical tape, and then put my zip tie on there. But it was real easy to do. At first I was going to run my wires up the sides, but I figured I'd just run them up the front. It's no big deal. So that's basically how I did mine. And I mean, when I first started thinking about getting LED lights, I mean, I thought there would be, like a control board or something that would something else that I would need, and actually know the people I was talking to, especially with these here that can run straight 12 volts. I just wired it direct to the jumble of wires here and ran the wires out the front, and they light up real good. So that's really how I did it, and I mean there's absolutely nothing to it, and they work real well. So anyway, I hope that helps. Take it easy.